Today, we're going to get into this incredible story, a parable really, about how one single moment, just a fleeting thought, can end up defining your entire life. It's a powerful tale about integrity, temptation, and the unbelievable power of our own minds.
I mean, think about it for a second. We spend years, decades even, building a life, building a reputation based on our values. But could one single thought, a thought that just pops into your head and decides to stick around, could it undo all of that hard work? Well, this story explores that exact question.
So picture a scale. On one side, you've got all those years of honesty, of doing the right thing. And on the other side, just one single fleeting moment of greed. We're about to see what happens when that scale tips, when a lifetime of character is weighed against one tempting choice. Okay, let's dive right in. Our story starts with a man whose entire life, up to this very point, has been built on a foundation of honor. So this young man, he knows what hardship is. Every day is a struggle just to find work, to earn enough to get by. But here's the thing. Even though he's poor in his pocket, he's incredibly rich in something way more valuable, his character. He earns every penny with honor, and because of that, he sleeps at night with a totally clear conscience. Then, one day, completely out of the blue, everything changes. He's stopped by an old man who is seriously struggling with 3 enormous, heavy bags. The old man makes him an offer. Help me carry these, and I'll pay you 3 gold coins. For a guy like him, that's a fortune. It seems like a simple job for an amazing reward. But, as you can probably guess, this simple job is way more than it looks. The first test of his character is about to begin, and the stakes are so much higher than he could ever possibly imagine. So of course, the young man agrees and hefts the first bag. Man, is it heavy. It's filled with bronze coins, or so the old man says. And as they walk, he can just feel the old man's eyes on him, watching his every single move. A thought crosses his mind, and he's a little offended, He's thinking, this guy actually thinks I might steal from him, but he just pushes it aside, reminding himself who he is. I am not a thief. I earn my living with honor. His integrity is his pride. It's everything to him. They get to a river, and this is where the test really ramps up. The old man, saying he's afraid the weight will pull him under, asks the young man to carry a second bag across. And this one, he says, is filled with silver. The weight he's carrying now is immense, both physically and, well, morally. As he hands over that second bag, the old man says something that really stings. That comment just infuriates our hero. It feels like a direct insult to his very soul. So he crosses the river, burdened not just by the weight of the bags, but by the heavy weight of being distrusted. And this, of course, leads to the final and most powerful test. They get to a steep hill, and the old man says he's just too weak to make it up. He asks the young man to carry the third and final bag. And this one, he whispers, this one has gold. Now, what happens next is absolutely crucial. The old man tells him to just go on ahead and wait for him on the other side of the hill. So, for the very first time, the young man is completely alone with what he believes is a fortune in bronze, silver, and gold. And this is where the real fight begins. As he was walking, all by himself with all that treasure, just a tiny little seed of a thought popped into his head. A really dangerous whisper that just asked, what if? And that simple little possibility starts to grow into a powerful temptation. The thought gets louder. He's old, he's slow. If I run, there's no way he'll ever catch me. I could be rich. All my struggles, they'd just be over. And that one thought, it doesn't just stay a thought. It starts to grow, and it starts looking for reasons to justify itself. His mind literally builds a case for theft. He tells himself, he's old, his life is almost over anyway. My life is just beginning. I deserve this. I could get married, live in a palace, I could be a king. That little whisper has now become a deafening roar. And in that moment, he makes his choice. He gives it all up, a lifetime of integrity for the promise of instant wealth. But the kingdom he thinks he's running towards is not the one he's going to find. And then he runs. He runs with everything he's got, his mind just buzzing with visions of this amazing golden future. He doesn't look back. He just runs, faster and faster, until he finally bursts through the door of his tiny home, breathless, but feeling triumphant. He throws the bags on the floor. His heart is just pounding out of his chest. This is it.
the moment of truth. He's about to see the reward for his big choice. But what does he actually find inside those bags? He tears them open, and his whole world just collapses. There's no gold, no silver, no bronze. All 3 bags are filled with nothing but worthless, ordinary stones. And there, nestled among all the rocks, he finds a small note. The old man wasn't just some old man. He was the king of the land, a king without an heir, searching for one person with enough integrity to inherit his entire throne. If he had just kept walking over that hill, his reward wouldn't have been 3 bags of coins. It would have been the whole kingdom.
So you gotta ask yourself, this man was honest his entire life. So what went wrong? He didn't lose everything because he was a bad person. No. He lost it all because he allowed one single, unguarded thought to completely hijack his destiny. And this really shows us the lesson, doesn't it? Our destiny isn't usually shaped by some big dramatic event. It's actually a really simple progression. It all starts with a single thought. That thought becomes a plan or a word. That plan becomes an action. And that action, well, that shapes your future, for better or for worse. You know, the biggest battles we ever fight are not with other people. They're the ones that happen right inside our own minds. And truly the most harm can come from those negative thoughts that we just allow to take root and grow, totally unchecked. The young man in our story lost an entire kingdom because of the one seed he allowed to grow in his mind. The thoughts that you entertain today, those are the seeds of the kingdom you are building for yourself. So the final question is, what are you